What's going on, everyone? It's DK Roan. I'm back here again after about 3 months. We're gonna get back into it in full swing. We're gonna get back into it with Alan Wake and the Remedyverse, with The Last of Us, with Undertale, and with a few special horror surprises for October and a few other smaller indie games as well, just to kind of spice things up while we're going. So, I hope you're all looking forward to that. The last time that we left off on Marvel's Spider-Man 2, we started our game with a flashback of Spider-Man 1 and Miles Morales. And then we saw Harry Osborn get taken into a tank for his sickness that his mother passed down to him and get stuck there, and we took down Sandman, and then Miles missed out on his college application, and Peter got fired from his brand new teaching job.
Sorry about the job. You weren't the worst teacher we've ever had, if that helps.
Think I can put that on my resume?
Well, listen. There's an open photo call at the New York Bulletin. I just sent a shot in yesterday. It's not much money, but it's money.
That's Robbie Robertson's paper. We used to work together at the Bugle. I think I know just what he'd like. Thanks, Miles.
No problem. I might send him a few more shots, too, if I have time.
Robbie always said, don't show me the city. Show me New York.
That's really, really cool that Robbie Robertson has his own paper after he left the Bugle. So, let's go check it out, shall we? But you might notice there's a sound cloud over here. Why? Well, I already know because I recorded.
One of Marco's memory crystals Miles told me about. I should check it out.
I recorded 2 videos in this series, and then self-confidence related issues, I deleted them. But if you'll remember in part 1 of this series, we found a memory crystal, and it seemed like it kind of hinted towards why Flint was acting out as the Sandman, so now they are some of our collectibles. So, if we collect them all, maybe, just maybe, we can build back his memory and see who or what caused him to become the Sandman after so many years. Because they had made the statement that he hadn't shown up as the Sandman in like 4 or 5 years or something like that, so.
Time to check out that crystal.
Someone's watching us, Kimia. But I don't want you to worry. That's my job.
Marco thought he was being watched. And who's Kimia?
Prying eyes memory. So we will keep collecting those. I'm probably going to cut out the fighting because it's just a lot of rinse repeat against the sand enemies, and so if I do show them, I might show just the spider quips or something very short of them. I'm gonna kind of aim for doing all of the sand memories first because I just feel in my soul, canonically, that's what Peter and Miles would go after first, is helping Flint.
Ain't that something? There. Now to submit and...
Peter!
High stakes photo ops.
Robbie, hi! I know this is out of the blue, but I wanted to let you know I just sent in a photo for your open call.
Wonderful. We can definitely run this. I gotta duck into a meeting, but if you find the beating heart of New York anywhere else, send it my way. It's good to hear from you.
You too, Robbie. Thanks.
If you'll notice, we had a progress bar after taking care of that photo ops if we're scrolling through all that information super fast. The reason why we had that is because the way that we unlock our fast travel points and also upgrade points for part of our resources is by handling the photo ops. So let's do it. We also have a new skill we can unlock, we are going to unlock the Spider Rush for Peter's tree. And why don't we come over to, that is the wrong button, why don't we come over to both Peter and Miles and unlock the slingshot launch ability. There we go. We can also earn another skill point. We can also earn another skill, so we bought Bounce Up, which is just something that allows us to continue our air combos for longer. If we come back to photo ops and we look at high stakes, you will notice that each of our 23 photo ops has a description and an audio file. Let's play it.
Whoever started talking about cities as playgrounds was definitely thinking about New York City.
They're just very casual, very one or two sentences, and that's it. But it's really fun, and it says a casual game of rooftop disc throwing. It also, I think that specific disc throwing that they were doing was also a Captain America football or a disc, like a frisbee. So, if we come here, if we come here, we have a market for vegetables. Let's take a photo. We're here every week, it says.
My grandma always talked about going here. She'd walk across the bridge every Sunday to get the freshest vegetables in the city. But one time, she was late and the guy in front of her bought all the tomatoes. And that's how she met my grandpa.
One of the oldest farmers markets in the city is right here in Little Odessa.
Little Odessa has one of the oldest farmers markets in the city. What better place to find a slice of New York life?
Both very sweet entries.
Better hurry. Well, look who's in the neighborhood! Spider-Man!
Yo, we're just gonna say the same about you.
Spider-Man! You came!
This is a cool chance to show off. When we do random crimes, sometimes Miles will be here too, and will be controlled by AI. And we can even do stuff like
We
this.
should take this on the road sometime.
Sounds like a good excuse to finally build that Spider-Mobile.
Took out like 15 of them. The guys aren't gonna believe this. Say, can I get a selfie?
If we have another sand crystal, again, we're gonna go off and collect these before we continue our main story.
So many puns, and I don't even know where to start. Now to see what's inside the crystal.
Maybe I'm being paranoid, but everywhere I go, I see them too. Work, the corner store, in the park. They're tracking us.
Marco made a lot of enemies. Wonder if they finally caught up to him.
Being followed. My question, Flint, is who was the group that was following you? When he mentions they, who is he referring to? We can see that there are two spider cats here arguing. Teo's bodega and just bodega.
Which you won't be carrying. How does it look? Was that good? If it's great, post it. If it's not, let it die. Okay, you can send it to me. And also, am I prominent in the picture? I do represent a large customer base.
Oh dear. The bodega beef, it says.
The bodega beef. It was already a rivalry for the ages when it was just David versus Goliath. But when Teos had to deal with the bodega copying his success by using the exact same mascot, it stepped up to a whole nother level.
It's a bit weird considering, yeah, Spider-Cat is an iconic mascot, but that's literally his cat. So, a rivalry between two bodegas spills into their choice of mascots.
A bodega franchise is copying another bodega's mascot, who is a cat dressed like me. Only in New York, baby.
Here's a look at one of our new skills. If we tap one of the buttons when we pull them up in the air, we can bounce them to the ground and do damage.
Let's crack a crystal.
So I tell the cops that someone's out to get us, but they don't listen to me. No one ever does. Time to take matters into my own hands.
Marco was really laying low these past few years. Would have helped him if I'd known he was in trouble.
Guys, you're kind of getting sand everywhere.
Should probably check out that
My
crystal
turn
now.
to follow them. Figure out who they are. I end up at this abandoned school in Harlem. And I'm already beginning to regret this.
Marco must have felt so alone during all this. His back against the wall. I can relate.
Looking for Answers is the title of that one.
How's it going, my dandy friend? That sand crystal has my name all over it.
I find them, and they're waiting for me, with all sorts of weapons. What the hell have I walked into?
Waiting for him with weapons? They knew who they were dealing with.
A Trap is the title of that one. Oh, hey look, he's hanging out on the beach. Why don't we stop and take care of this photo opportunity while we are here, just to unlock more points?
That's good.
You know, for a place where everyone's comfortable calling out when something's wrong, people here sure hate admitting when they're wrong. The writer in me does love the irony, though.
If we take a second to listen to that photo op is, it was an accident. A peaceful argument in New York.
Looks like everyone's okay. Honestly, some days it feels like getting into an accident here is a rite of passage. Ah! You guys showed up right on time! Okay, let's see what we got.
They're circling me, Mija. Oh, wishing I'd just stayed home with you, Kimia. Helped you with your homework. Made you the one meal that I know how to cook. But it's too late now.
Kimia's Marco's daughter. I had no idea.
Just checked back in on Marco. He's steadily improving, making more and more sense. He's even eating again. Doctors are hopeful. Good work.
That one was titled Face to Face. And if we stop for just a minute, we found whatever this could be.
Stolen underground tech. They try to rebuild themselves without Finn, but I'll put it to better use. Make sure Pete knows about this.
It's really cool that the underground caches are still around in the parts of the city that we did not explore that are new to the map. And also you could hear the pain in Miles' voice talking about Finn.
You can hear me, Marco. Not interested in a puppet show.
Now, where's that sand crystal?
I ask them what they want, and all they say is, the beast inside me. But that ain't been me for a long time. Just like I promised you.
Promised his daughter. That's why we haven't seen Sandman in so long. He gave it up for her.
The Beast Inside Me is that title.
Come on! Can't you just give me the crystal and I'll be on my way?
Marco. What's going on in that head of yours?
I tell them to leave us alone, but they don't care. They shoot me with a net, try to hold me down, and I was sand before I knew it. I'm so ashamed, but I had no choice. I gotta get back to you.
Marco was conflicted. He didn't want to hurt anyone.
A familiar feeling.
Sorry to break it to you, but the beach is that way.
Finally, we can open up this crystal in peace.
I lose the creeps at the school and come home. Walk through the front door. But you're not there. They are. What have they done to you, Kimia?
Please tell me his kid's okay. Gotta find more crystals to learn what happened.
Marco's memory is returning and he's agitated. The doctors are piecing together what happened. It sounds like it's not all his fault. I'll let you know if I hear more.
Uninvited Guest is that title, and they have a whole pride wall of a lot of different pride flags. There we go. That's really cool.
How are there so many of you?
What do you have for me, Marco?
I start yelling, losing my cool. If they did anything to you, I can feel the sand about to take over. And then they splash me with some chemical. Don't know what it is, but trying my hardest to stay awake. I'm fading fast until I see black.
Takes a lot to bring Sandman down. Can speak from experience now.
Fade to black. That's a good question, Miles. Also, two things. One, I love the I can speak from experience now. That was a very difficult fight, probably in canon for them. Not for gameplay purposes so much, though. And second thing, it's not Fade to Black, but the title Fade to Black makes me think of one of my favorite songs, Paint It Black. Hey, we have another underground cache. There we go.
Don't think I can ever relax at the beach again. That was some angry sand.
I wake up in some kind of dungeon. Lots of empty cells around. You're not here. But are you okay?
Marco must have felt so helpless. Trapped. With no idea where his daughter was.
Imprisoned is that title. That is our second to last one. Let's go get our final one as Peter. Whoa, there is a demons mural here, a graffiti that someone did. Must be someone who praises them? Oh boy, there's a lot of them. Let's sling them into the water. Yeah, we turned them into mud. That was not what I wanted to happen, but it worked out.
Crystal's all clear now.
They say their boss is coming soon. and that he wants to meet me. I'm not waiting around. Sorry to break our promise, Kimi, but I'll tear this city apart to find you.
Marco was worried something happened to his daughter. That's why he blew up.
Broken promise is the final one.
More stolen tech. Off the streets it goes.
Sorry about that, everyone. There is a piece of dialogue I accidentally ended up getting cut out of the video by messing it up when it was playing, but it is essentially Peter reasoning that Marco was taken to the raft before he could find out what happened to Kimia, and so it's his responsibility and Miles' responsibility as the Spider-Man to help Sandman find out what happened to his daughter. And so we have but one final memory crystal left, and this side mission is now titled Remember, and we are going to pick it up. Catch you when we're there. Alright, we have arrived.
There's another crystal.
Right before we grab.
Not that
But-
I'm complaining.
But no sand minions. Right before we do it though, let's grab this photo op so that we can keep unlocking points for the city.
Good, good.
Beach party.
You gotta hand it to New Yorkers. I wasn't even trying to be funny there. If there's a good time to be had, they'll find it.
Reminds me of when I fought the Vulture and someone tried to use his broken off wings to fly to Long Island. This is much safer.
Okay, that's really funny. And the description reads, New Yorkers find fun where they can in the aftermath of Sandman's attack. Alright. Speaking of Sandman and his attack, let's finish off his memories for him so that we can find his daughter, shall we? Whoa, trippy stuff, man.
Where am I? That light. What is that? Hello? The crystal put me in Marco's mind.
I just need to know you're okay.
Those giant spikes! Is the crystal at the center? It's crumbling! Gotta keep it up! His subconscious is starting to fight back!
Well, let's fight back harder then, shall we? And keep breaking through to him. We've got to help him and his daughter. He just doesn't realize that's what we're trying to do.
There we go!
Oh boy. Back off. Let's get them that way so that we don't have to worry about him and we can keep attacking his psyche. Oh boy, that sounds horrible even though we're trying to do a good thing for him.
It all comes down.
There we go.
There's the crystal.
And what's it gonna say?
I tried to be the best dad for you, Kimia. I really did. All I can do is hope they didn't hit you, and that you're safe at your mom's. I love you so much, Mira. We'll be together again one day. I know it.
Together Again is the final one's title.
Hey, been calling you. My source at the raft told me Marco keeps repeating some address in Queens. Sending it to you now. I think you should check it out.
Our moms. Maybe that's where Kimia is. Hey, MJ. You think you could patch me through to Marco at the raft?
Hang on while I look into it. Okay, all set. Patching him through now.
Spider-Man. Sorry for my... well, the mess. Thank you. You helped me get my mind right.
I'm sorry for not listening. Guess I never got to know the man behind the sand. But I think Kimia's at her mom's. On my way there now.
If she's there, do me a favor. Give her those crystals. Something to remember me by.
Of course. Take care of yourself, Flint.
My goodness. Who expected Spider-Man 2 to be this emotional already? It's probably going to make us cry later, since Juan and Miles Morales have both made me cry, personally. But you don't expect it to be this emotional this early on. Oh well. Let's go see if Kimia is at her mom's house. And I really do hope the best for Flint whilst he is in the raft, because he really was just trying to protect his daughter and be a good dad. So I hope that there's nothing bad awaiting him in prison. And here we are. So let's see.
Kimia? Who is it?
She's okay. Wish there was more I could do. Maybe I can ask some lawyer friends to help Marco with visitation rights.
Of course not. I was thinking that this Saturday we could give them a poll asking what their favorite weekend activity is. It could boost our user engagement as well.
That shot us from level 2, I believe, when we started, all the way up to level 7. So very quickly, we have a few smaller points to finish off before we end the episode. Let's spend it on our gadgets. The upshot, why don't we increase his max shot count by 1? There we go. And now we have skills to buy. Why don't we come over to Peter's and get Spider Shock to shock enemies with electrified webs. And then we can switch over to Peter and Miles both. Why don't we get Combo Resupply, which will increase the chance of getting a free combo resupply during a melee combo. Why don't we get Loop to Loop while diving? Hold the swing button to perform a superkinetic loop maneuver and generate a boost of speed. Sounds very fun and fast-paced. There we go. That's all the skills that we can get for now. And right before we end off, I wanted to say that because I messed up various things in how I recorded this episode the last time, there is supposed to be a silver level trophy that we get after returning Marco's statue to Kimia, called Grains of Sand, and the description is pieced together broken memories. And with that side quest done and dusted, or I guess I should say done and sanded, we are going to end that episode of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 off here. I hope that you all enjoyed. I hope that you enjoy the return to the channel and that you're looking forward to all the various series finally being finished off and then new ones being introduced as we go on. I hope I'm doing well. Please give me your feedback in the comments below. I'd love to know, because part of the reason I was gone so long was self-confidence issues, so I really would like to know what I could do better and what I'm doing just right and everything else. If you all enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the bell so that you never miss another upload. Maybe share with your friends and family so we can spread more positivity to more people. And don't forget to be greater together. I love you all.